I am Peter Cameron, the Bee Whisperer. It's the following Friday after the mite treatment of Formic Pro. So it's a week since we applied the Formic Pro. So it's now 7 days. And as promised, as I pointed out before, when Formic Pro goes in, it's going to burn the bulk of the vegetation in front of the hive. Brown, and let's look back over here, see how the stuff is burnt away in the front of the hive. So there's certainly been plenty of fumes in there. So what we're going to see is how the brood are coping, or if the queen has started to lay yet. Now, I stress, this is not the way. You should not open up a hive during a Formic Pro treatment, but I've done about 150 hives this last week. I'm just going to open 2 of them just as a demonstration. So let's have a quick look and see if the queen has started to lay eggs again. So I'm not planning to do anything special, just a quick look through. As with last week, I'm planning just to look into the top brood chamber at this stage. See what's going on. Not expecting them to be in the best of moods either. And I'll try not to tip the brood chamber over. This lower honey super, nothing going on there, but got something going on here. They've certainly got the upper brood chamber populated. So let's have a look on this. A closer look at what's going on. So I think apart from opening up the hive in the midst of the treatment, I think we're doing everything right. Hives are not too big in terms of physical space. I'm not over supered to make sure I'm not diluting the fumes. Bottom board is closed and entrances are wide open. So again, just honey in this frame as we were expecting. Got brood, and I have some very young brood and eggs. So got eggs here, very young brood. Larvae are 4 days old, 4 or 5 days old, right up to capped brood. Not a lot in the sort of 6, 7, 8 day spell. Got some 9 day, which would be before the mite treatment, but you can see there's a gap between the roughly 5 day old larvae and 8 day or 9 day old larvae. So if this frame was representative, they stopped laying for a couple of days then. Cap brood looks good. This is directly over more of the middle Cat brood emerging. Can't say for sure if I see eggs in there in the middle where the brood's emerged. But we've got an emerging brood here. You can see the brood is alive. See 8-day-old larvae and cat brood here. Cat brood, no larvae. See eggs in this frame. So yeah, I've got 8-day-old larvae and cat brood there, and I see some eggs over here, and some 4-day-old larvae, 5-day-old larvae. And this frame, this side of the frame has the entire range of brood from eggs to cat larvae in a yeah, again, I see a bit of a gap between the 5-day-old larvae and the 8-day-old larvae. But one thing I do see is loads of royal jelly. Boy, those bees must have saved up some royal jelly during that spell when the queen stopped laying. The brood that is there looks fantastic. It's absolutely swimming in royal jelly. Same here. I don't know if you can see the royal jelly down at the bottom of those cells, but man, oh man, there's lots of royal jelly. Now, I'd say the only difference here between what we saw in Ian's trial and my trial in terms of the physical thing is that this is a double brood chamber, and all this brood is above the mite treatment, and the fumes are heavier than air, so I'd expect a lower. Ian's brood was probably exposed to more of those fumes, but it's designed to be circulated around the hive. And this brood, there's 6 frames of brood here, and this was honey, if I recall correctly. Yeah, we're just into solid honey. In fact, we've got brood. There was brood here as well, 6.5 frames. Yeah, and then we're into honey. Okay, well, that is, I'd say we lost a day or 2 of egg laying from the look of that. Now, it may have been more, but not so much that it would give me sleepless nights. In fact, Ian, your video gave me sleepless nights. Boy, I was concerned about, is this the right treatment for me? But if this is representative of what we'll find around the rest of the apiary, I'd say the big difference, Ian, is double brood chamber makes a huge difference. I wish I did some samples of this in my single brood chambers. I will look around in single brood chambers in a different video. So So I'm going to close this one up. Let's see if the second hive duplicates the first. Bring this closer and look straight down. Look at this area. Let's see if we can do it. Different. This brood chamber had bees in it. Not brood chamber, this honey super had bees in it. This honey super has probably less bees than the other one in the equivalent position. Check the camera. Let's see what we're looking at. This hive seems to be more temperamental than the other. Honey. Beautiful cat brood. Looking for larvae underneath or around it. See open cells. See cat brood that's emerged. I see open cells. So far I have seen 0 larvae. And with a trying to see if the bees being a little bit ticked off. Is that a sign that this hive lost its queen? We will see. I see some mid-age larvae at about 5 days old, and I see some very young larvae in this frame as well. So we've got larvae that have been reared on. Here's some nice shiny larvae and some very young larvae down to 4 or 5 days old down here. See the queen started on the side. Appears we've lost our queen. We've ticked off these. Yeah, lots of larvae on this one. Cat brood. Cat brood is in great shape. Got young larvae. This is full of larvae. Look at this. This side of the frame is full of eggs. Open space. Don't see any eggs, but again, we've got 5 frames of brood in here. Upstairs, which is what we had before. Eggs, young larvae. Apparently clearing out of dead bees. They say it kills about 1 day's worth of egg laying. To be honest, I haven't seen anything more than that. The bees are ticked off. We are in a dearth. And they're getting mite treatment. Some poor girls have every excuse. Not very well lit today. So, apart from ticked off bees, I'm actually delighted with what I'm seeing there with the Formic Pro treatment. No problems there at all. Now, I don't have many single brood chamber hives in this yard. I do have one there. I'm not so sure just how big the brood chamber was, but let's look at it anyway. Single brood chamber hive, honey soup on top of it. So, I'm not opening just 2 hives, I am opening 3 now. There's the Formic Pro. quick look. Let's see if you can see how brood looks. Too bad I didn't look at this beforehand. But how did the brood look in a single brood chamber? Lots of bee bread, lots of pollen. Look, queen cell, cat brood. I see some medium stage brood. Now this queen cell could be a supersedure cell, but we're going to have a look, see if we see more of them. Doesn't look like an emergency supersedure cell, it looks like a normal supersedure cell. Doesn't look like it was forced out of the brood. Looks like it was placed there. It's empty. Cat brood. Empty space where the brood has emerged. Queen hasn't backfilled that with brood yet. Yellow foundation, I can never see brood young eggs in those. That's why I always like black foundation. I see eggs, definitely new eggs here, so we're not queenless. And I see 4 or 5 day old larvae. And lots of open space there. The very center of the brood chamber lacks eggs. The young larvae in here too, and lots of young. Every other cell that's not full of cat brood has got a larvae of about 5 to 6 days old there. I'm going to bee bread, but lots of eggs here. This frame is full of eggs. So she's really going to town now. So, the good news is I am not duplicating your observations, Ian. So the question is, why did you get those sort of results and I got these sort of results? Single brood chamber hives. This is not very different in size than what Ian was doing. Drying up these now. So, a little bit of citizen science there. By no means is it at all statistically significant. I didn't run a control where we did no mite testing, and it's only a sample size of 3 colonies. But I must say that this is the impression that I get in my previous experience with Formic Pro. I've very rarely seen losses of any significance. The only losses I can recall of significance were where I lost maybe 15% of my queens when the weather was in the 87, 88 region several times during that first week or so. Right now, we've kept our temperatures in the, well, actually the last few days will only be in the 70s. It's been great, low 70s. First couple of days it was in the low 80s, and the upper limit is supposed to be 85. So far, I would say that the Formic Pro for me is working exactly as I would expect. Now my big question will be, what was the efficacy? Did we lose the mites that we do want to lose? We certainly haven't lost the brood that I was afraid of losing after Ian's work. So we've not lost the bees. The brood chambers look in excellent shape. So the big question now will be when I sample for mites next week at the end of this treatment. So I hope this was helpful for you, Ian. I hope others that have been following Ian's treatments there found this helpful too. I'm Peter Cowan, the Bee Whisperer. See you next time.